Now 83-year-old Jill needed a new fence to stop her animals running away. She thought she'd found the right person for the job. That was until the bloke she paid simply disappeared. But feisty Jill is not giving up.
She's such a good. I can't afford, now that I've retired, to lose $4,070.
Who's made Jill mad?
I think probably my age and living alone, I was a very easy target.
Would you believe me if I told you Jill's 83 years young?
Have to have the ear protection.
And until last year worked full-time as a nurse and midwife at a major Sydney hospital.
I've worked approximately 65 years, and those days it was felt that, women just stayed home and kept house, and I thought, no, I'm going to go to work.
What did you love about being a nurse?
I think saving people might be why I like nursing. It says, a truly great midwife is hard to find, difficult to part with and impossible to forget.
It's lovely.
And this was made by beautiful Mary Ann from Special Care Nursery.
Jill now spends time improving her home and surrounding property.
My late husband, Terence Augustus, he loved the Augustus after his grandfather, designed the house, and that's why I love it, and I think he's still here, actually. But I've asked him to move on and not to keep worrying about looking after me.
For Jill, ageing is just another word for living.
Physically, I can lift 25 kilos out of my boot.
She mows her own lawns using this ride-on mower, and she looks after her growing family.
You love these animals, don't you?
Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I really love them. This is Matilda here.
Matilda.
Gertrude at the back.
So you have to hand feed them here?
I hand feed them in there, but I have to make sure they have plenty of water.
They're locked up because we don't have a fence.
Yes, because we don't have a fence. When I got them, they knocked all my flower pots down, they broke everything, they knocked the bird bath over, they chewed their cud at the laundry door and they pooed everywhere, and it smelled like a shearing shed out there. So this is what prompted me, I need to get a fence.
That's where this story takes a nasty turn. Looking for a fencer, Jill went to the High Pages, a platform that connects customers with tradesmen.
So I accepted the quote from Narellan Fencing and Gates. And Robert was his name. He wanted 50% up front for the materials. And I said, oh, look, that's a lot of money. And he said, well, Jill, how about we do it in stages?
Jill agreed, transferring Robert Mort of Narellan Fencing and Gates $4,070 in September last year.
Where is the fence meant to go?
Now, it's starting from the tank and coming all the way down here and around. And it's going all the way down almost to the gate and then across here, and because there's a lot of beautiful native bush there.
We don't want the sheep to get to there.
We don't want the sheep to get in, coming all the way across to there.
But Robert disappeared, and Jill's worried he's done a runner with her cash.
My motto is to treat people like you'd like to be treated yourself. And I don't want Narellan Fencing doing this to other people.
Jill says she's never backed down from a fight. Only this time, she called back up.
Robert? The business address Robert Mort gave Jill turns out to be for this church in Appin, a small town in the Macarthur region of New South Wales. It is the oldest Catholic church in continuous use in Australia, and we suspect it's not where Narellan Fencing and Gates operates from. Are you there, Robert?
Was the oldest church being used for the oldest trick in the book? And just as we'd thought we'd checked every address registered to Robert Mort, he called.
I felt bad about it as well. I was trying to get it sorted. I thought it was sorted.
The best way to have gotten it sorted would have been to return Jill's money and apologise. Can you please explain why your business address took us to a church?
Yeah, we're getting to that. I know what you're doing right now, and I don't appreciate it. Where I live, I'm just about to check that, and you've just got me boiling again.
Robert's blaming the missing money on his supplier.
Rob, when will Jill get her money?
I've just gone through, I've gotten my bank statement that says the money's come from Jill to my account. I've then got the bank statement that says the money's gone from my account to the supplier. Right? Then I've spoken to the supplier. He's agreed to throw that money back into my account. And then I'm going to put that over to Jill's account. This could take 3 days at the most, and that's it.
So we're making a deal on camera that within 3 days from today, Jill will have $4,000 in her account. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Oh, you're a good man, Greg. I'm so happy with what you're doing.
Jill since employed Greg to do the job.
I've got to look after you.
Yeah, I know. I trust you.
She's willing to forgive Robert Mort, but Jill says she'll never forget.
Give the money back, but apologise.
Surprise, surprise, Jill is still waiting for Robert to pay the money back.